Wayne Randall, host of the Finance Hour. This showcase is dedicated to women in business, many who have overcome many challenges in their lives, from health issues, emotional setbacks, and career changes, only to persevere and to still achieve their goals. So sit back and listen while I help them tell the stories. Hi, and welcome to the Finance Hour. I'm your host, Wayne Randall. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my next guest. She's a certified sleep science coach, holistic life coach, wellness coach, and author of National Black Unity News. Please let me welcome Danetta Moore. How you doing, Danetta?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing much better now.
That's good.
I've had a pretty tough day, but these things mean so much, that's why I do it. They mean so much. It's been a little while getting you on here, but we're here.
That's great.
So let me get right down to some things that I'm sure a lot of people want to know. Have these studies provided evidence that sleep disorders affect people during their daily lives?
Okay, I'm going to give the facts, so I want to get it correctly. The National Sleep Foundation states that sleep, like insomnia, can be caused by many different factors, like chronic pain, acid reflux, and depression. Now, the NCBI, which is the National Center for Biotechnology Information, states that sleep loss and sleep disorders are among the most common yet frequently overlooked and readily treatable health problems. It's estimated that 50 to 70 million Americans chronically suffer from disorder of sleep and wakefulness, hindering daily functioning and adversely affecting health and longevity. Basically, in a nutshell, that by not getting the quality and the proper sleep, that affects our health in so many ways. To make a long story short, that it can cause so many illnesses, which I will talk about later on, but we don't see sleep as a foundation of our health.
You know, that really does make a lot of sense because, I know that studies say you should get, 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And I have to tell you, I myself am guilty of that. I never actually ever get 8 hours of sleep. The longest that I get a chance to sleep is on, I would say, Saturday morning. Saturday morning, and possibly I get a little bit more sleep on a Sunday morning. But during the week, I'm up crack of dawn, 5 o'clock. And what I need to do is, and I try to do, is to be in the proximity of the beds anywhere between 10:30 and 11 o'clock, which that still doesn't work out to be enough time. But we're going to move right into another question. Thank you for that one, your informative information on it.
No problem.
Okay, how might these disorders be treated?
Well, I believe in approaching sleep issue with a healthy, holistic, and wellness perspective. Of course, there are many instances that people need to see a doctor. So I'm coming from a healthy, holistic perspective, as opposed to taking a medicine or you might have to use a machine. At least try the more traditional ways. Well, the traditional ways is the medicine, but the holistic ways is what we have used for centuries. So that's the approach that I believe in sleep, in treating sleep. But if it's to a point where it affects your breathing or health, or you're not able to really control it, then that's the time to see a medical doctor.
Well, I would agree with you because sleep, not a lack of sleep is detrimental in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Just say, for instance, like myself, I drive the car. If I'm not alert, we know many things can happen from that.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to even mention trying to get to the office, you might not even make it.
Right.
And, you know, dozing off, all kinds of things. You just have to be alert. But it is essential to get a good amount of rest. And like I told you, Saturdays and Sundays are generally my days. I actually live for those days because I feel much better after I actually get up. But brings me to my next question. Are there programs where people can get help?
Well, I have decided to create a simple sleep solution program, and that's an online self-paced program. And basically, it takes you step by step of how to detox, eliminate, and um, the approach of how to get a healthy quality of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal is to gain more energy and to be more productive.
Well, there we go again. You know, I mean, I'm sure you probably have it's probably down to a science, but the majority of Americans, probably, let's say working class people, you know, they're on a schedule. Some people maybe work 7 to 3, 3 to 11, or midnight shift, you know. And I guess you would have to probably adjust the way you sleep according to the way you work. But yeah, I get the point you're making, and it's very true. I got another question for you.
Okay.
What is the average time one may have to stay in a program to see results? Because you're the life coach, you're the science coach, you're the sleep coach. So about your program, let you weigh in on that.
Sure, no problem. Well, my program is a self-paced program, but most importantly, even after that, it's a lifelong journey. So even after that, it doesn't stop. It's something you have to continuously work on regardless. Even if you think you get enough sleep, things can come up where you might not feel that well, and then you need to maybe go back to some of the other things to relax and to eliminate, and also to detox to get the sleep that you need. So it's an ongoing basis as far as your sleep.
Mm-hmm. You know, I agree with you, Danetta, because it would have to become part of your lifestyle. It's like a person going to the gym in the morning, or some people get up, you know, they run, or they walk the dog, or ride their bike. You know, it has to become a part of the ritual and incorporated into your life.
Yes.
In order for you really to get the benefit from it. It's like going to school. You have to go to classes if you're ever going to, you know, try to get the credits to get the degree. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, I want to add a little something to the commentary and let you kind of weigh in on it.
Sure.
I have some slides here, and I'm sure after you see them, we're going to get your expert opinion on them, okay?
No problem.
Tell me when you can see the slide.
Sure, no problem. I can see it now.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about what is going on with this guy?
Okay, it appears he is, of course, unable to go to sleep. But, you know, I can see, well first of all, what I would do is he needs to detox. He needs to relax before, and there's different techniques that I have that would teach you to do that. So he's just laying there and just unable to go to sleep, and of course that's not healthy, which affects his health. So it's obvious that he's not able to go to sleep. So there's different things that you can do so you can get sleep. And that might not be every night. You could stroll from time to time, but as much quality sleep that you can get.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's just staring, like he's just staring into space, you know. And a lot of people say, you know, once they wake up, it's more difficult to get back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, why that is, I don't know. But I have another slide for you to weigh in on, and you can tell us about this one.
Sure, no problem. Okay. Now, this, of course, quality sleep, comfortable, at peace, relaxed. I mean, that's how we should be all the time. Just it's almost in a heavenly state,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something. And it appears they're in a very deep sleep, and so that's something that's really important to get the deep sleep because that's where you're able to heal while you in your deep sleep.
It's interesting that you use the word heal because, like you said, it looks like, their situation looks like the ideal situation as far as sleeping is concerned. And as you said, and I've heard it from other people too, that the body goes through a healing process when you're sleeping.
Yes.
So, thank you for enlightening us, me and the general public and all those who are going to see this. So, take a look at this next one.
Oh, this is a good one. Yes. Um, it's just not millennials who are attached to their phones.
Mm-hmm.
So many of us are. And so we feel as though we can't do without it. But that is the time to put your cell phone to sleep. And if that means turning down the light, turning it face down, put it underneath a pillow, find a way to hide it. Because it's obvious that she's not able to sleep because she's on it. But most
Mm-hmm.
importantly, the light from the cell phone is a stimulant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's difficult for her to go to sleep even after she lay down. The light is still flickering in her mind, so it is really hard for her to sleep.
You make a good point about these phones. We live in a society, people are so connected to their phones. I mean, here you are, you're ready to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do, I get into this ritual at night. I literally cut the phone off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's off, okay? Because I'm ready to go into this dimension where this is important. I need to get this rest. This is fundamental. I need to get this rest, and this phone is the last thing I need to be thinking about.
That is
And it
correct.
looks like she's all into the phone.
No.
But but thank you for going through that with us about these slides because I wanted to get your opinion on them, and we'll get back to some more questions.
No problem.
Let's see. What type of repercussions will a person experience that doesn't address the warning symptoms of lack of sleep?
Okay, now there are countless repercussions when you don't address the warning signs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, risk of heart attack, risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, weakened immune system, accidents, of course,
Mm-hmm.
mood swings, trouble with thinking and concentration. The list can go on and on and on, but we don't think of this as related to sleep. We just ignore it, just totally ignore it. Yes, it can be hereditary, it can come from environmental factors, it can come from a lot of different things. But sometimes just the proper quality of sleep, just that in itself, like I said before, the foundation of health and
Mm-hmm.
wellness. So that's where I see the repercussion of not getting the warning, those are the warning signs.
Well, I think most people, if they're getting any signs like that, they should know they're doing something wrong.
Right,
But
correct.
like you said in the beginning of the showcase, in some cases you need to see a doctor. You need to see somebody.
Yeah.
You need to see someone about addressing these needs. Then let me get back to you a little bit about your program. How long is your program for people that start out into it?
Um, it really depends on the person. Like I said, it is self-paced, but it'll at least take approximately 21 days. Because of course it takes 21 days to break a habit. So So that's really my concept of it. That some people might finish a little sooner, some might take a little longer, but basically it's 21 days.
So that's to help an individual get acclimated as to following the steps and getting into the patterns of what you have laid out in the program, right?
Right, yes, because the basis of the program is relax, eliminate, and detox. As far as sleep, as far as things you need to do before you go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it true that they say that people shouldn't drink coffee before they sleep, or alcohol and things of this nature? I've heard that said, and I can attest to that. That is true. I remember times when I used to study and I was trying to get through school. Obviously, I was drinking coffee. I would be up 3, 4 in the morning trying to cram in, get this stuff done, and then afterward, just falling off to sleep. But no, thank you so much for the enlightenment, the education on this thing that we all do every single day. Now, how can people get in touch with you? How can people get involved in your program? Because this is something very vital that everybody needs.
Sure. Now, I did want to answer your question as far as the coffee. Yes, coffee is a stimulant, and there's a lot of different things. Also, sugar, too much sugar. So if you are, and that means different type of juices that have a lot of sugar in it, so it's just not coffee. Now, I did want to add about sleep. I know you mentioned in the beginning that the hours of sleep, I know scientists say the average is 6 to 8 hours. However, I really believe it depends on the person because we're all unique in our own way. And you can become stressful just thinking, I need 8 hours. You might only need 6. You might need 9. It really depends on the person. And so in my program, I also have some bonuses that talk about different things that you can do. And so that I figured is very key. Also, they say you cannot catch up on sleep, which I totally disagree again, because I know I catch up on sleep all the time. If by chance I only get 5 hours sleep one night, and I know I'm exhausted, I go to bed a little earlier, and I wake, I feel great. I caught up with my sleep. On the weekend, I might get 10 hours, 11 hours sleep, or whenever I wake up when my body is rested, and my mind. So we have to find out what works for us.
I like what you said, and I want to interject something because that's where I'm at. I try to catch up on it, and I catch up on it on those opportune days, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'd like that you put that in there because that's what actually I call myself doing. I didn't know if it was a principle or I didn't know if I was tapping into a theory of whatever it may have been I was on. It's just that I know those days, the next day, I'm not expected to be at the office. So.
Right, yeah.
Well, Danetta, I wanted to let you know, that's all the time we have.
Sure.
But we'd definitely like you to come back on the Finance Hour. And it's been most enlightening and educating and uplifting. And we look forward to seeing you again soon, okay?
Okay, well, people can get in contact with me.
Oh, yeah, please. Please.
No problem. It's my name, which is Donetta D. Mooring, and that is spelled DONATADMOORING.com. So that is the best way to reach me as far as my website. I also have different survey forms, and if there's any questions or concerns, they can reach me as far as through my website.
Well, thank you for that information, Danetta.
Thank you.
And we went back around that a second time, but that's good. We want everybody to get something out of this, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Keep that good work up with the National Black Unity News.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Wayne Randall. My next guest is a woman is no stranger to adversity. She's overcome many obstacles in her life and has gone on to achieve much success. She's an author, a model, a radio host, here to share her story. Let me welcome Wanda T. Brown. Wanda, how you doing now?
I'm great. I'm good. How you doing, Mr. Wayne Randall, editor, financial consultant?
Well, I'm
God
doing.
And thank you for the invite.
I'm doing great because we managed to connect. I lost you for a moment, but we're right back here. We're right back here. So this is what I want to say, Wanda.
I'm gonna. But not defeated.
You're not gone. You may have been knocked down, but you dusted yourself off. I want you to kind of.
I can see.
Okay. I want you to.
Attacked but not defeated.
That's correct. That's correct. I'm going to bring some slides in, and I want you to tell us about this illustrious modeling career you had. And when I bring the slides in, you talk to us about them, okay?
Okay.
Let's see if this will come in.
Okay.
Can you see that slide, Wanda?
I'm here. I don't.
Okay, wait a minute. You don't see it?
I see something going on your end.
You see that slide?
It's turning. It hasn't popped all the way.
Oh, okay. Okay. It hasn't come through yet?
No, it's downloading.
Okay.
It's circling.
Okay, so you're going to tell us about how your career got going and how you had a thirst for modeling, despite this adversity that you went through. Yeah. So once the picture comes.
When I was younger, I had a dream. I always loved the glam Hollywood life.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I said yes, I see the picture.
Okay, great. You see it?
Yeah, I can see that picture. That's when I first started. Yes, like the picture that's in the black is when I first started writing the book, and I first started learning how to model. And then I did photo shoots, and that one in the orange is when I put on the front cover of my book. And then the one laying down, I was thinking about my next move, and I was getting pretty good at it. And I started with Linda Felder at first, and then she helped me bring out the fear. And then I met Geraldine Taylor, my modeling coach, and God bless her, and I appreciate her. And she got me started, really started, and I've been doing it ever since the last 4 or 5 years. That's how that modeling started, and I love it. And I've been in many fashion shows and walking the runway with plate and 6 screws in my right ankle, wearing heels, and keep on moving.
That's why I wanted to bring that in, Wanda, because you talked about such adversity, and you managed to persevere and come back from that to still fulfill a passion of yours. So I'm going to bring another slide in. Tell us about this other one.
Okay. That's my book, Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith. That's my story. That book has a part of my childhood in there, life journeys.
Yes.
Some things that happened, how I got on my spiritual journey, how my father left me early, how my mom and my siblings, some failed good and bad marriages, some beautiful relationships, but mainly my faith in God. In spite of, God is always there. And even when I try to ignore my divinity and let my strength lie dormant, he kept tapping on my heart and knocking, like whispering the still small voice, I'll never leave you or forsake you, come back over here. And
Yeah.
it's like once you had accepted that, and you know that you done tapped into something bigger and greater than yourself, you can ignore it and act like it don't exist, but it's gonna keep coming at you. And then I just act like it didn't exist, and that's when my life started going down the path of the road of destruction as well.
Okay.
For ignoring the call.
Okay. Ignoring the calling because you felt, yes, you had an anointing on your life. Yeah. I have another slide here.
As a child, I did, like I said.
Tell us about this one. Looks like you were having fun.
Now this, yeah, I just took this photo shoot last month.
Okay.
For my birthday, I was hitting the reset button.
Okay.
I went through a lot of those some things happened last year and the beginning of this year. And I said when my birthday come, I was going to hit the reset button and start a brand new me at 57, and that's what I did. And the Andre Dunstan is the photographer of Epic Media Photograph. And thank you, Andre, for that lovely, all my photo shoots, because he's one of the baddest photographers out there.
Well, I'm telling you, he's done great work by you.
Shoot, and I was like, wow, I still got it.
He's done great work by you.
I was like, okay, I still got it.
Yes, he's done great work by you. I mean, the way that collage is laid out, he's done great work.
So last month, June 18th, I hit the reset button to start all over.
So you hit the reset button. Okay, great. And
to
so
start a brand new me, because the past is a trail I left behind.
So let's say, okay, you wrote a book, you're an author, you're a model. Tell us a little bit about the radio host work that you've done.
Well, I always wanted to be a radio host. So what I did around 2016, I took a flight down to Atlanta. And I set up some stuff down there. And I went on this gospel radio station.
Okay.
And did an interview. And it was so awesome. I said, wow, I love this. And then I went down there 6 months straight. I couldn't stop going. And they enjoyed me. And I started the radio show. And then when I was getting into this art entertainment world, I started getting interviewed by people such as yourself for different shows. And my story was so powerful. I wound up doing so many radio shows, wound up getting my story in magazines and modeling in magazines, and it went on from there. And like I said, about last month, or almost 2 months ago, I started the WTB Walk by Faith radio show podcast.
And that's great.
I am.
There you are.
I love it. I love the entertainment.
And as we know, Wanda, these types of venues are very powerful because you never know whose life you're touching.
Yeah.
People will look at these kind of stories, hear the story, hear the adversities you've gone through, and say, "Wow, this woman persevered and went on to achieve all of those feats." And that's the great part about it, you know. And you're a living testimony about it.
And took a leap of faith and left my job.
Yeah.
30 years with Maryland State government. I took a leap of faith, and I took that leap of faith because I love ministry work, and I was mentoring young teenage girls, and I went down the line and started working, mentoring down this after-school program because I wound up working for child support 25 years. So my heart really go out to young people, the younger generation. And I took a leap of faith when I left my job because, you know, that fear crept in, like, everybody, you going to leave your job? And I'm like, yeah, to pursue what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
If I never took that leap of faith, I wouldn't know that this potential can expand further. So I surrendered to a power greater than myself.
Yeah, I really, I
did.
really.
You know how in the Word of God, Jesus rode the donkey into Jerusalem. Instead of letting the donkey ride us, I rode it into Jerusalem by faith, assurance, certain, trusting in the Lord with all my heart. That's that divine, infinite wisdom, intelligence within you. And that's what I did to keep going. And even when I was attacked, I picked myself back up. I cried. I threw in the towel.
Yeah,
I wanted to
sure.
give up.
But you dusted
Like
yourself
I said,
off,
still
and you
small boy.
kept on your journey.
I came too far, number one, and invested too much to myself.
Well, you know what, Wanda? Let me ask you,
It's a powerful spiritual journey.
Where can the viewing public get your book at, Wanda?
My book is available on Amazon.com. Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith is available on Amazon.com, or they can inbox me on Facebook, Wanda T. Luck, Wanda T. Brown, and on Twitter, Wanda T. Brown at Wanda T. Brown on Twitter, and also WTBEnterprises.info on Instagram. You can message me. I can send you a copy. And I'm I started my other book, a prayer and poem book, where you pray and trust from within. Hopefully that'll be out by the fall.
Oh,
and
okay.
I plan on having some more book signings because my Walk by Faith tour is going to hit city to city like I was doing before.
Well, I'm glad you told me that, Wanda, because when that next book comes out, I'm going to want you to come back. And you tell me, will you come back and join us?
Yes, I will. I will come back no matter if I'm in Atlanta, California, on a cruise, because what I'm going to do is go on tour by faith. I'm taking my life on tour.
Oh, that's fine. As long as you have
take these leaps and bounds.
As long as you have a camera, we can connect. So wherever you are on tour, the door is always open for you to come back on the Finance Hour. And I hope that your book is being received very well. But I want you to know we're running a little bit out of time, and I want you to know something. It's been a pleasure having you. It's been a pleasure having you. Stay in touch. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Yeah, the pleasure's all mine. And we have to do this again. We have to do this again, and I will let you know how the link came out, so I will send it to you by tomorrow.
Oh, and also, I don't want to forget my 12 spiritual powers are in my book. They work when you work them. You have will in your life. You have understanding. You have faith. You have imagination, zeal, wisdom, power to speak those things forth. Order some steps in your life. Eliminate people, places, and things, or things don't no longer serve you. Crazy thoughts, whatever it is. Then you have strength to go on in life, produce whatever you want to have out of it.
Well, thank you for that, Wanda, because I receive it myself. I know a lot of times I'm under attack and adversities of different things that I'm dealing with. I'm going to D.C., I come back here, and it's quite a challenge. But I know that it's for the greater good, and I love what I'm doing. So, I mean...
When you love something, there's a deep affection for something or someone or whatever it is, and it loves for the sake of loving. It has no gender in what and who and how it loves, because God loved us. And that's why I love God so much. And when God look at us, I want him to say that is my child, well pleased in. And I'm going to speak the truth in love, because that's all I do is read, study, and pray. Spend time in the silence of your being, and the infinite possibilities from within will come forth and manifest on the outward world.
Well, you know what?
Thank you.
I received that, and we're going to leave it on that good note. I'm going to say good night. And it was a pleasure having you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Okay, Wanda?
All right, Mr. Randall. Thank you, and God bless your journey as well.
God bless you too. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks for watching our podcast. If you would like to participate in our future podcasts as a guest, or if you would like to promote your business or service, contact Wayne Randall at 443-726-6693. Also visit our website at www.yourfinanceinfo.com. This is a TNBUN production.